Hello, hello. Welcome back. It's been a while since I made a video. I've been kind of, yeah, going more inside, not feeling super creative, but now I'm back. So today I wanted to talk about habits and patterns and how we can become more conscious of ourselves so that we can regain our free will and really take back the power we have of our life, no? Uh, and the reason why or how I came up with the idea to this video was because I went out rollerblading, and I used to rollerblade when I was like 10 or 14, between 10 and 14 years old. I was spending every day at the skate park, like doing tricks, grinding, railing, all kinds of stuff. Every day during the summers, also during the winters, I would go to like these indoor skate parks. Hours just, skating around, having fun. And then I stopped kind of when I got into high school. It was not really a popular sport, and there was not a lot of people doing it, so it's kind of lost motivation and stopped doing it. But it's been like, yeah, almost 10 years since I last used my rollerblades, and today I put them on for the first time in like, yeah, almost 10 years. And yeah, it struck me how I could do like the same tricks I used to do first try. I didn't even have to warm up. It was like I put on the rollerblades and instantly I felt like no time has passed. Like it was yesterday I used them the last time. Like it was really interesting to feel just like how deeply engraved this pattern of rollerblading is in my mind. Like as soon as I put them on, it felt like I was back home. I was back in the skate park, back doing the tricks like I used to do. And I didn't have to think about it. My feet just followed. I just jumped and my feet put themselves together automatically, kind of. So because I used to spend so many hours doing the same kind of tricks, repeating and repeating, practicing every day, I created a habit. I created a pattern in my mind which says kind of when rollerblades are on your feet and you are at the skate park, do this, and yeah, that's it. So it's become kind of an automated process. I don't have to think too much. I just like jump and my feet just align. And so then I started to think about like what other things have I done a lot in my life. Like what other things have I done repeatedly over again in my past. And the most obvious example that came to mind is, well, I was in school for 12 years. I sat in front of a desk on a chair listening to a teacher telling me what to do, how to think, following orders. The teacher told me, be quiet, be still, don't interrupt, don't make too much noise. Do this, don't think too much about what you do, just follow the orders. And so this is what I've been doing every day as well for 12 years. Like, obviously not every day, but like had some vacations and so. But yeah, a lot of times. I spend more hours in class, in school, than I spent in the skate park. And also what I did recently was I went through my old school books. I went through like notebooks of my old mathematic classes, and it was like a bunch of numbers, a bunch of equations, calculations that I used to do, and I used to understand them. But now when I looked at them, it was like, yeah, a few years ago I finished school. And now when I looked at them, it was like I couldn't understand anything. I was like, how could I even understand this just a few years ago? And now I forgot everything. Like obviously I still know how to to count like the basic things, and obviously like mathematics and all the subjects in school I still remember kind of the basics, and they helped me for sure get some kind of understanding of the basic stuff of life. But still, like the majority of the details I've completely forgotten. However, what did stick with me really strongly in my memory was not so much the stuff, details of what I learned in school, but it was more like the habit of going to school, going to some place every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, sitting there for 7 or 8 hours, and then going back home and repeating it every day. Going to school, sitting on a desk, doing your task, listening to orders, and that's kind of the routine that got engraved for 12 years. So imagine, for around 4 years, I spent a lot of time in the skate park on my rollerblades. Not even every day, like just during the summers mainly. But still, 10 years later, I can still do the tricks I did back then. I still haven't forgotten anything. Because I did it with so much love. I really loved what I did. I really loved rollerblading, you know? It was my life, like. That's the only thing I wanted to do. When I was in the skate park, I was fully present in the moment. I was fully there, rolling around, jumping around. It was nothing else on my mind. It was just fully present, here and now. And in school, during mathematics class, I did it repeatedly, but I didn't love it. In fact, I strongly disliked being there. I was daydreaming myself away to foreign places, you know, thinking about what I should do when I get home, like what am I gonna do? I wanna travel here and there, I wanna be here and there, I wanna do this and that, you know. And I wasn't really focusing. Like, for sure, some moments I was like getting into the flow state when it was easy and I could do the things, but I didn't love it. I didn't love calculating numbers. It felt useless to me, you know. And so it didn't stick. The numbers didn't stick in my mind. But still, if you think about it, I did the same thing for 12 years. So obviously that creates a really strong pattern in my mind. So then I realized it's no wonder that most people, after they finish school, they continue doing kind of the same thing. Instead of school, they go to work. Instead of listening to a teacher, they listen to their boss. Instead of calculating numbers, well, they still calculate numbers, you know, a lot of people. But it's not a lesson now, they're doing it for money or for something else, you know. But it's the same thing, because this is how we've been brought up. This is what we've been taught life is. And so this upbringing has created a program in our mind which says, this is how life is, this is true, this is not true, this is right, this is wrong, this is who you are, this is who you're not are, this is what that kind of person is supposed to do, this is what you're not supposed to do, this is possible, this is impossible, you know. It created these divisions of possible, impossible, right, wrong, separation. And just in general, it created a belief, a set of beliefs which says this is how life is. And unless you become conscious of this belief, which the majority of the world's populations never really realize that they are running on a pre-programmed, automated, unconscious pattern. A lot of people never realize this, so they continue doing the same thing for 50 years, 80 years, 100 years, their whole life, until they die. They keep doing the same things. Not exactly the same things, but they keep thinking in the same way, producing the same kind of emotions, same kind of feelings, the same kind of life. And so imagine if you are for 20 years, 30 years thinking negatively, complaining, you know, I can't do this and this, then obviously that's how your life is gonna look. If you think something is impossible, then it's gonna be impossible. And so what I see is, when I look through my old notebooks, I saw like what I was writing also in like writing class. We were learning how to write. We were writing these sentences over and over again to learn how to write. And obviously the focus was on learning how to write the letters, but we still wrote these sentences and I could understand the words, and it was like this useless, completely useless information, like the flowers are in the gardens, or the teacher is in the school, or eating is fun, you know, like these useless sentences, you know. And we don't think much about it, but because we think we are learning how to write, but really we are programming our mind to a set of beliefs by writing every single day. You know, they say it's learning to write, but really it's programming your mind to a set of beliefs, because unconsciously everything you write gets engraved in your mind, and everything that's in your mind is how you think, and what you think is how you feel, and then your reality becomes what you think and how you feel. That's what you see outside. So unless you start to create new habits, that's the key. You have to start making new habits of becoming free of habits. So it's not so easy to just instantly like this by watching a video, you know, like, oh, I'm running on a pre-programmed script, you know. You can't just like decide I'm not gonna be a robot anymore, you know. because it's so engraved in us. So it takes a lot of effort, Imagine the effort it takes to break free from 10 years of creating the same thing again. It's gonna take a lot of effort to break this habit, But it's not impossible. It's totally possible, and it's so simple. It's way more simple than you would think, And all it takes is coming back to the present moment. Because in the present moment, all habits fade away, all illusions fade away, all addictions fade away. It's impossible to be addicted in the present moment because the present moment is all there is, and addictions and habits exist in future and past. Addictions stem from a belief that I am not enough right now. I need something to fulfill me. So I need to smoke, or I need to, do this, or I need to eat this, or I need to watch this, It's an addiction because we think we don't feel enough right here, right now. So we think we need something so that our future is gonna be good. But when you come back to the present moment and you're fully in the present moment, that's it. You're fully here now, beyond your thoughts, because thoughts also are in a way existing in time. But in the present moment, time doesn't exist. And so when you're fully here now, then you realize you have everything you need. Everything, you're whole and complete right here, right now, in this moment. And so that's the moment. This is the moment. So now you are free. The only thing that's blocking you from realizing this freedom, from realizing this true joy, is, as I said, these programmed beliefs that you are not free, because your whole life in school you've been told, you need a job, you need money, you need this is how the world works. Unless you have a stable career, you won't be able to move freely, you won't be able to be free. But really, this is all material things, but the world doesn't work that way. The world works through your mind. And so if you feel free, then you will be free. And if you are free, then you are free, and you are free. And you are full of joy. But the things blocking this joy is these concepts, these beliefs that you are not happy. The belief that you are not happy is what's blocking the true happiness from shining through. So, as I said, it's hard to just like this create a new habit or stop doing a habit you've been doing for many years. So the key is to slowly start observing yourself, observing your inner state by observing your breath, becoming aware of the breath. And the breath becomes the vehicle through which you enter into the present moment. So just observing the sensations you feel all the time in your body, you connect back to reality. This is reality. The sensations you feel and the breath that is coming in and out. So by being aware of your breath, you come back to the present moment and you become aware of your state of being, and then you become conscious of your unconsciousness, and you observe yourself as you are acting out of an unconscious habit. This is the first step of breaking out of habit, is observing yourself doing the habit that for 10 years you did unconsciously. You just cooked the coffee in the morning, you drove to school or work or whatever. You did this automatically for 10 years or how many years, I don't know, for a long time, We do the same thing, That's the point. We do the same thing over and over every day. And until it becomes just a program, it becomes an automated habit. So this is what it means that to be asleep. We are kind of sleepwalking through life. And so the process of awakening is the process of becoming conscious of your unconsciousness. It's becoming conscious of your true essence. It's getting rid of all the stuff that is blocking the true happiness, the true joy, the true peace from being. The belief that you should do this, you should be this, you have to go here now, you have to go this just dragging you away from the present moment. So by coming back to your breath, observing your inner state, you connect back to the moment, and then you observe yourself as you do whatever you do. And at the beginning, you're not gonna have the power to break a habit, really strong habit. It's gonna be really hard. But as you keep observing yourself, instead of just reacting to the habit, you observe yourself and okay, you become aware. I'm grabbing my phone, I'm scrolling social media, This is a habit I've been doing a lot. And you become aware of it and you observe yourself as you do it. And over time, this loosens the power that the habit has over you. It dissolves the pattern. So if you keep observing yourself every single second of your day, this is the point you have to reach of being present all times throughout the whole day and also night. You can become present in your dreams, lucid dreaming. You observe yourself as you're dreaming and realize you can create in your dreams, and you realize the real world is kind of like a dream. As you become awake, you realize through your thoughts, through your emotions, through your feelings, you are creating your outer experience. Anyway, so by observing your habits, slowly over time, these habits lose their grip they have of you. And over time, you will develop more consciousness. You will become more conscious, and you will get more power to actually make free decisions made from your free will rather than your unconscious programmed automated mind, so you will take back your free will of becoming a conscious being that's able to make choices that actually have a healthy impact, that's leading you out of suffering rather than dragging you back into more suffering and creating more suffering for yourself and for others. So by becoming more conscious of your habits, you are able to actually decide, is this leading me towards happiness and freedom? Is this gonna benefit other beings? Is this gonna help others relieve themselves from suffering? Is this gonna help others, become more conscious of themselves? Or am I acting out of unconscious habits that really have no point, are useless, and they are just dragging me more into suffering, So this is the true goal of life, is just so simple, it's just becoming conscious, aware of the present moment. And in the present moment, once you really enter the present moment and you slowly start getting rid of all these old patterns, these old seeds you've been planting, all seeds of negativity, all seeds of limitations, all seeds of suffering, all seeds of trauma, anxiety, depressions. These are all seeds. They've been created by you, and they've been engraved into your mind. So because your whole life, maybe your parents told you you were not enough, or they didn't give you enough validation. So now you created this belief, I am not enough, I don't look good enough, or I'm not good enough, or I can't do this or that. So you've been thinking this, and slowly this becomes an automated script that your unconscious mind is using to control you. So by becoming conscious of this, by observing this as they rise up, instead of reacting to these feelings of negativity, you just observe it as it rises, and then slowly you realize it passes. Everything's impermanent. And so all this anxiety, negativity, self-doubt, as it arises, you just observe it, and then you will not feel the need to escape your pain by indulging your addictions, because that's really what an addiction is. It's you trying to escape from the present moment because you don't feel good in the present moment. You think that something is going to be able to fix you, to bring you what you seek, but really what you seek is already here inside you right now. So this is the main goal of life, to become conscious of your unconsciousness, to become conscious of yourself, to know yourself fully. And once you know yourself fully, once you know who you are beyond just your name, beyond your body, beyond your trauma, beyond your past, beyond your life circumstances. Once you know who you truly are on a deeper level, then the game is over. The program falls apart, the matrix falls apart, It's like then you're free, then life starts, or rather life reveals itself for you, because you're no longer resisting life, you're allowing life to flow through you. And that's where the magic happens, really. That's where you're able to start enjoying the experience of being alive rather than always trying to seek things to bring you happiness, because then you realize, I've been happy all the time, I've just been blocking this happiness. And it's not like you're gonna be ecstatic all the time, that's not how it works, but you can be in peace and accept also the low points as they come, and accept everything and not resist it. And then that's what it means to be really present with yourself. Then you not try to run away into these addictions, these habits, these pre-programmed things that you've been doing to escape your uncomfortability. Once you're able to just accept this uncomfortability, then you're able to stay present, and then you're free. That's freedom. And that's it. And from that point, then you can start creating, then you can start really relating with others, because then you're not seeking validation from others, you're not seeking something from others. You don't seek to be happy because you're with other people, but you are happy by yourself. And then when you're with other people, it's a bonus, because then you can share this joy and you can joy together, and that's what life is, for me at least. That's when the true feeling of being alive starts. Then you can start creating, not from a sense of I want to create so I can become someone, because you realize you are nobody. We try to be somebody, but we are really nobody. What that means is we are not our body. We are beyond our body. We are immaterial. The body is a manifestation of who we truly are. If you look through deeply enough, you see the body is just a set of atoms vibrating together, and what these atoms are made of is just like empty space, kind of, in the end. And in this emptiness we find fullness. So the point of this video was really just to share with you my story of how I realized the importance of what we think and what we do and what we say and what we watch, what we consume, what we create every day, every single moment. Because everything we do, everything we think, everything we say is creating a kind of, you can see it's a tattoo in your mind, and if you do something once, then the tattoo is going to be really light, and it might fade away after a while. But if you do it every single day, the same thing, then it's going to be deeply engraved, and the pattern, the tattoo, is going to keep self-perpetuating itself, and so you're going to engrave it deeper. And if you're creating a pattern of suffering for yourself, then you're just dragging yourself further down into the hole of suffering. So we have to start making new habits that lead us out of suffering, lead us into the present moment, observing our breath, observing our bodily sensations, observing ourselves all the time. And that's how we can become conscious, become awake, awaken from the sleep, and regain our free will. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.